boys, so today we're going to be doing body work on my fender because it is all jacked up and I don't want to have an ugly fender anymore until I buy new ones. So this isn't going to be professional body work. I don't want people down in the comments bitching at me because I used a fucking hammer instead of a rubber hammer. Clearly this is just for temporary purposes. This fender's already shit, and if I want to fix it in the future, I'll fix it right in the future. So for this job, my main focus is going to be on this little like bent up piece of metal where it's split right here. What I'm gonna probably end up doing is metal patching over that and then just bondoing over it so this is flat and smooth, because it very much is not right now. Something I've been doing in smaller areas like this and this as well is just taking a hammer and lightly like tapping it out and in. And honestly, I've done such a good job right here that I honestly can't even tell there's a dent here anymore. Like, you can't, I don't know if I can really even show it on camera, but basically I've gotten it mostly out. This is a sanding mark. It looks like there's a dip here, but it's actually completely flat. That's just like a sanding mark. But over here, it's not quite as smooth yet, so I'm probably going to go over that with some Bondo, and then I'm definitely going over this with some Bondo. But I want to see if I can get this like stubborn dent out before I go over it with Bondo. I'll see how straight I can get this fender just with a hammer, my hands, the tools I have right now. I do not have a body shop. I have basic hand tools, so this is just what I'm gonna be working with. So as you can see, I've already beat this panel just a little bit right here. Honestly, it looks a lot worse than it is, because even the most light hits, honestly, add those little marks. So this has more been just light hits, just trying to get it just a bit more smooth. And I think that I'm kind of just barely getting those dents out of the front of this fender. So I'm gonna pick the camera back up when I'm satisfied with what I've done here, but I think it's going pretty well so far. All right, well, I guess I'm finally officially a 240 owner. That is funny. All right, well, we got a couple other places, like right there as well. I didn't actually put any over on the back side of the fender, so I'm just gonna let this sit overnight, I guess, and then I'll come back and sand it tomorrow. That might be a mistake. I tried to put a patch in there, but that's probably not gonna end up working. If it doesn't, I guess I'll have to redo the Bondo in this area, which would suck, but oh fucking well, boo-hoo. And for anyone questioning like the quality of this fender, yeah, that is this is all Bondo, and I'm not replacing that. I don't feel like building a body line with Bondo, so that's good enough for now. I'll make this fender good enough. This will be a drifter fender anyway. All right, so we had a minor silly moment this morning, or just now actually. Sanding the fucking Bondo had adverse effects on, well, my metal patch right here. As you can see, that is not covering the fucking crack. So I'm gonna have to flip the fender around and patch it on the back. Here, I'll show you what I mean. So this is the other side of that crack right here. And as you can see, there's plenty of room there for a patch, and it's on the inside, so you're not even gonna see it. So that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing, and I'm gonna probably just do that right now. But first I've got to sand off all the undercoating, whatever the hell that stuff is, on the inside of the fender, and then I'll probably just spray primer over it. I don't really care. All right, and then I got that Bondo on there, I got that patch on there. The great thing about the back is it doesn't have to look pretty. And then on the front, where that cracked, I tried to sort of cover it up, and then I'll just sand it back down once it's dry, but it's fine for now. And then I think that'll probably be the final thing. Something that I also need to do while this is out is try to straighten out the pinch weld, because someone managed to try to jack the car right on the fucking pinch weld, so it's not straight anymore. So frustrating because it was right on one of the bolts too. Like, you could not have picked a worse place to jack. Whoever did that, like, you're a hoe for real. But anyway, making all right progress. What we are looking at here is good enough. It's sanded down. I kind of took out as much as I could, hammered it. The fender's smooth along the whole thing. So all I've got left to do is take my little my kanji here and glue them in the correct orientation, which I'm gonna do off camera because obviously I don't want to mess it up, but it's similar to that. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. All right, we're getting right into primer now, and the primer's going on pretty good, I think. It's not perfect, but I'm going to be doing a little bit of sanding, and honestly it looks fine, all things considered. Usually when I use these spray cans, they come out a whole lot worse, but this is what I'm using, just to try to get some primer on there before we go right to paint. Oh, and then we've got this for maybe in the future, perhaps. It's been another day, but the fender is dry and it's looking honestly really good. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and spray some color on there, and that should look good. Holy fuck, I have this can. This may look slightly normal to someone, on the off chance you don't actually, well, I mean, here's a size reference. This is a normal can. This is the can that I have. So we're gonna see how well this can works. I got this, well, because one, it's comically large, and I thought it was funny. And two, there should be a lot of paint in here, so maybe I can use it in the future for other stuff, perhaps. I've heard a little bit about whatever this turbo stuff is, but people seem to like it, so let's see how good it works on S13 fenders. Alright, well, I just sprayed a coat on right now. Okay, this is actually my second coat. This turbo can thing, it puts out so much fucking paint. I don't know what this is, how those scratches got in there. Like, I swear, the second I start actually painting, everything just gets fucked. One thing I will say about this this turbo can is, holy shit, it puts out so much paint. Like, the floor is wrecked just from the overspray. It's like insane. It's an insane amount of paint. And most of it does not go where you're trying to spray it. So I don't know if that's really a great thing, but finish is looking fine so far. Definitely didn't go on as good as the the primer, but primer always seems to have a better finish anyway. So one thing that's a little annoying is you can definitely see that there's layers of paint right there. I didn't actually get that super smoothed out, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Maybe I'll try to polish it. Maybe that'll take some of that out. Maybe it'll look better when it's dry. Who fucking knows? All right, so it's actually 3 days later, and I'm now gonna be buffing the paint, buffing that bare metal, and then I might clear coat after, once I'm satisfied with the finish of the metal. I'm probably gonna clear coat or try to clear coat it. So we'll see. As you can see, I've got the fender sitting on the car, and I'm probably just gonna bolt that up now, and then I'm gonna wash it because it's covered in polish. I had something I had to do last night, so I didn't end up actually finishing putting it back on, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, and as you can see, I've got it mostly back together. When I was putting the bumper back on, that happened, but oh well, it's not a perfect paint job anyway. And I mean, I'm gonna fix all of this eventually. I just don't have the money nor the experience. Let me just tighten up this last, oh, that's the wrong size. Hold on. All right, this should be the right size. There we go. This bolt back here is such a pain in the ass. You have to have the door like all the way open, and honestly, preferably off the car. But there we go. It's not going anywhere. Now, unfortunately, well, this side doesn't really fit so good. Man, the car looks a lot better on camera. Wow, that's actually so surprising. No, I mean, it looks great in person. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, let's wash it.